Hey guys, my name is Daniel Solomon. I'm in with group with Daniel Carrillo, Cassandra Converse, and Julian Taylor. Today, we'll be talking about effective communication in business and how it should be represented into the future companies. For our first slide, 5 steps to effective communication. So the first step we have speed. Speed is basically saying how fast we're going to communicate to someone depending on the project we have going on. Planning is the next step, basically stating planning the moves, making sure everything follows order, and on top of that, we have no miscommunications. And also, we want to look at the tone of the voice we're talking. When we talk to someone, we'd like to make sure they're telling them something in a nice positive tone rather than a bad demeaning tone so it can help us better communicate our message across. And the structure of our conversations has to go around a professional environment, making it better for everyone to understand that this is a business class environment and we have a structured way of running things to make sure everyone understands what we're talking about. And then lastly but not least, to proofread our information that we send out, whether it's email, text, or phone calls, or any type of online stuff we send out. You want to make sure you proofread or know beforehand what you're sending out is about to be knowledgeable and professional to the environment you are currently working in. Also, I want to throw in one of the big concepts we have. Time is money, although not true in many situations. This is saying stress that time is a valuable asset in a business world. Time is crazy, crazy intense. Knowing that time is valuable equals to the amount of money that you're making as a company. Just imagine how much money you can be making if you put the right time into the right words to the right person. That is the most biggest money maker out there that can help companies all around the world make crazy amounts of money simply by making sure their time is placed in the right project to make sure they're making the profitable income from what they are doing. My next slide is how fast do you need to communicate? How fast do you need to communicate? How fast does it need to be to you to communicate to someone? In my line of work, I usually communicate 30 seconds to almost a minute after I get a text from someone, simply because time is very precious, and either you don't want to lose a lead, you don't want to lose a client, or you don't want to get someone, stressed out simply because you didn't reply back to their message. For example, Skype calls, instant messaging, and text message. There are all three things that are instantly responsible to or easily instantly able to be responded to simply by texting with a keyboard or iPhone or any type of device that you have to send a message on those platforms. Emails, formatting a formal letters, a report when given a job by a supervisor or manager, those things has to be very fast and replying back simply because we want answers quickly. But at the same time, you want to make sure the structure is made the right way and the email is made towards someone who is professional. So you want to make sure you're using your right pronouns. You want to make sure you're using your right adjectives and verbs. And on top of that, correct punctuation here and there to make sure the email is not always formatted right and correctly, it's structured well, and it's sent in a proper time. And you want to keep an open mind also. When you want to have an open mind, you want to make sure you're sending stuff with a positive way to make sure everyone understands what you're trying to say. So, for example, you want to make sure that if someone's asking you about a certain project, you want to keep an open mind that not everyone works the same way or talks the same way. So, for example, um, you want to send a message as a way explaining to someone that the project is done like this instead of telling someone it's done like this, and that, and making it sound more demeaning, but using a wrong tone of voice in your message, and that can generally affect how your message will be sent.
Hi everyone, this is Cassandra and I'll be presenting Planning Your Approach. Plan what you're going to write, don't free write. Make a quick physical or mental outline. Planning saves time in the long run. How to properly plan. Describe this situation to yourself. Write down the idea or question regarding the email. Decide when you'll need feedback. It will help you in the long run. Constructive criticism is key when getting feedback. Choosing the setting and tone. The tone. Take mental thoughts about how you'd like the message to sound to the other person. Think about how you'd feel and what you would do if you got the note, letter, or text message. Remember to use proper manners and be courteous to others. Think about the structure. Effective writing allows the reader to grasp the concepts in a structured and logical way. If you're writing a post, email, or any longer message, you'll need to think about how to organize your writing at this stage. There should be one key idea to each paragraph. This main concept should be articulated clearly in a subject sentence. Proofread once, then again, then again. Proofreading separates mediocre writing to good writing. Making a good impression shows professionalism, and simple mistakes are often careless and can be easily fixed.
Hello class, my name is Daniel Carrillo, and for our customer problem, I decided to use a real-life customer problem that happened with me at my job. So one day at work, I got a very angry email from a very disgruntled customer regarding a credit block on his account, and he was also questioning me why his order of $20,000 hadn't shipped yet. My first step was to Skype message my customer service associate to find the reason why the credit block had happened. After I was told by the customer service associate the credit block was put in place since the customer crossed the $18,000 credit threshold that was given to him by the company. I then emailed the customer stating I understood his frustration and I gave him the reason why the order hadn't shipped yet. In the email, I remember to be very courteous and keep a proper tone, and also recommended to take items off the order in order to lift the credit block, in which he followed my advice and everything was resolved. And that is the end of our presentation. Thanks. El fin, the end. Our presentation once again was done by Daniel Solomon, myself, Daniel Carrillo, Cassandra Converse, and Julian Taylor.